right, Justin, switching to your thing. The NFL is crazy right now, man.
It never ceases to amaze me the shit that goes on in this league.
Like, where are we starting? Because there's a lot of. The playoffs are coming in. I don't know who's in yet. Well, I know most teams, but there's still a lot of spots up for grabs.
Before we start talking about my favorite team of all sports, we got some news today. The past 2 days have just been crazy. What shocked me today, Tua is back in concussion protocol. Tua's back in concussion protocol for the second time this season. He sustained concussion in a game earlier this season, and then 4 days later, he got another concussion in a Thursday night game against the Bengals. And now, after that terrible, god-awful performance on Christmas against the Packers, Tua's back in concussion protocol, and that might be the end of Miami's playoff chances.
Yeah, because unfortunately, they have not won a game this year without him starting.
They haven't won the past month with him either.
That's true, but I mean, they're 0 whatever without him. At least they have 8 wins with him.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, they do have Teddy, and currently, if the playoffs started today, they would have literally the last spot. But that's tough, man. Because now you're at a point too. If it's 2 games left, like to prison, do you shut them down?
I think you do.
It's a lot of concussions, man. Like,
yeah, 3 concussions in a year.
This is so shitty because they don't make the playoffs. Like, then what are they gonna do with him? Because now they gotta make a decision on his contract. He's gonna be going into his 4th year. They got to figure out they're gonna pick up his 5th year extension. Like, shit gets real awkward when they don't pick up that 5th extension. So it's just a shitty situation for Tua.
Unfortunately, it's almost not even in the same thing, but it's almost kind of looking at what happened to Baker. Because if Baker doesn't play through those injuries that year, he's still on that team more than likely.
Baker could have shut himself down though.
He could have, but he wanted to play to prove that he could get. It was about the money, and it backfired.
Yeah, but we talking about a shoulder, and then we talking about concussions. Like, Tua can't play with a concussion. Like, simple as that.
That is true. Well, in this day and age, it's true.
Baker was being an idiot, in my opinion. He should have set his ass down and seen what would happen, because then he wouldn't put all that bad film out there.
But when you want the money, Justin, you don't think rationally.
I don't know, but Tua's like, it's also your brain, your longevity. Like,
true.
Like 3 in 1 season, like Byron said, that's dangerous. Like, we hear it all the time with CTE and everything. Like, the more you get, the worse off you are. Like, I honestly don't know. It's even really about the money at this point. It's about your fucking health.
Well, it depends on what it'll be interesting to see, because from their perspective, obviously they've been ass water this past month, but they do have a good roster. But we'll see what they do. 2 games left. Can Teddy get you 1? Can he get you 1?
I think he could. I mean, a couple of years ago when Drew Brees got injured, he did go 5-0 with the Saints. Now, I don't know who has a better roster, the Saints then or the Dolphins now. I mean, but Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are really great receivers, so if they can get in space, I think Teddy could get them the ball.
It's a big what if, man. Unfortunately, I'm already going to put this out here now. Unless things change. I mean, Lamar might be the quarterback there next year.
I would love that for the Dolphins.
I don't know if the league would allow that. They'd be like, nah, you need to.
The Ravens aren't going to allow that shit. If they don't give him a contract, it's going to franchise him.
Yeah.
That's true. But can only do that for so long, and then bye-bye. Or does 45 Goat Man go down there and play?
Tom Brady's retiring.
Well, he should. He should have retired when he retired, because he has been ass water.
Tom Brady's retiring. He has
really, Justin? He got a divorce now. He's fine.
He has to give it up. He has to. Like stop. Go away. Go away. You've done enough.
Justin, but the if the shit ended today, they're hosting a home game.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna talk about them. We're all right. Let's get into Eagles Cowboys. We're gonna talk about all these playoff scenarios soon enough. The game of the weekend, Eagles Cowboys on Christmas Eve in the 425 slot. Cedric probably had a shitty Christmas after watching that goddamn performance. Cowboys won.
What do you mean? They were in the game.
What do you mean?
They could have won the game.
I ain't worried about y'all niggas. Like, how the fuck? Y'all needed that more than us. Shit.
That is true.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I just want to talk some shit, honestly. Jalen Hurts was out the game with a shoulder injury on his throwing shoulder, so it was the right one. The Cowboys were bullshitting in the first couple of drives. They got out to Eagles got out to a 10-0 lead after Dak throws a fucking pick six that was just god awful. Like it was terrible. But he answered after that with 15 straight completions. It's 20-17 going to halftime. Cowboys go 3 and out after on their first drive after halftime. Next drive, Eagles score a touchdown. Eagles go up 27-17. So I'm thinking, we're fucked. Like it's bad. It's about to be one of those games again. Whole world's watching us get our ass kicked. Like, God damn it, gets a backup quarterback.
Gardner
Minshew was going off. Like Gardner Minshew's a good backup quarterback. Like I will give him that.
The stash.
Next drive, we answer with a field goal. It's 27-20 Eagles. Next Eagles drive, Minshew fumble. I ain't going to say it's on Minshew. I don't know who it's on really, but he was trying to hand it off to Miles Sanders and he fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball and the Cowboys recover. Dak throws a second TD pass of the game. It's tied up 27-27. Eagles on their next drive going into the fourth quarter. Devontae Smith catches his second touchdown pass to the game. He was going off. Next drive, Dak throws his third TD, CeeDee Lamb to tie the game up 34-34. On the next, and then this one gets crazy. On that drive that ties up 34-34 after a sack that pushes the Cowboys back to 30, the 3rd and 30. Dak hits a 52-yard bomb to T.Y. Hilton. I mean, just perfect pass, perfect route. Everything was perfect about that play. Next drive with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game, Minshew throws a pick to Deron Bland, and this was just a great play by Bland because he just rips the ball out of Quez Watson's hands. It was just a great defensive play. Cowboys get a field goal to go at 37-34. Then the very next drive, first play of scrimmage, Miles Sanders fumbles. Cowboys pick it up. 2:19 left. Cowboys get another field goal, go up 40-34. Then the Eagles get all the way down on the last drive to the 19 before they turn the ball over on downs. And then that's the game. Probably one of the best games I've ever seen Dak play. He was 77% on 35 passes, 347 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. And he was running that bitch. 41 yards rushing. CeeDee Lamb was the number 1 receiver, 10 catches, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. All while the offense is playing this good. CD going off, Dak going off, and the offensive line didn't have their best game. They gave up 6 sacks against the Eagles. Eagles were able to get theirs. Smith and A.J. Brown both had over 100 yards receiving. Devontae Smith had 2 touchdowns. It was just the 4 turnovers that really fucked the Eagles in the long run.
You mean 5 turnovers?
I said 4. It was only 4.
Minshew didn't fumble twice?
He fumbled once. Miles Sanders fumbled, and he threw 2 picks.
2 picks.
Well, you did say the Cowboys needed that game because God forbid if y'all would have lost, the sky would have been falling.
Yeah, the media would have ripped a new one into us, but I mean, the grand scheme, if we would have lost playoff-wise, nothing would have happened. And the Eagles would have clinched. Like, nothing would have happened. But just, like, psychologically and, like, for, like, morale, we definitely needed to win that game. We couldn't have got swept by the Eagles in the season.
But on a serious note, what's going on with Dak and these turnovers, man? He's had a lot. for his standards.
Yeah, he's just been fucking up, but like when he does throw the turn, I mean, in the Jacksonville game, it costs us. Like him throwing picks costs us, but like all the other games, he bounces back after he throws those picks. I mean, he did it against the Giants. He did it in this game, but yeah, he definitely needs to clean that shit up. But yeah, I don't know why it's happening, but
yeah, but like you said, I mean, both teams are going to be going to the playoffs, and Philadelphia, though, don't know when Jalen Hurts is to be playing this week, or is he sitting this one out as well?
It's still Tuesday. I do not know.
Okay, so we'll probably find out we'll
know by Friday, probably.
By Friday, that he'll be playing. But all right. So Justin, you picked a game that you're going to preview, which had to be hard because every game in the NFL besides the Cardinals and Falcons, both teams have nothing to play for. Every other team playing has something to play for. So I'm being dead ass. Every other team playing besides that trash ass matchup has something to play for.
It wasn't hard to pick up the preview. We're going to preview Bills at Bengals Monday Night Football next week. Bengals are a 1-point dog at home right now. Last time these teams played was in 2019. Andy Dalton was still the quarterback for the Bengals. Josh Allen was still there. Bills won 21-17. This is a huge game for playoff position in the AFC. I mean, gigantic. If the Bills win this game, they clinch the number 1 seed. If the Bengals aren't playing for anything right now, but it just puts them one step closer to potentially getting a number 1 seed if Kansas City falls off, which I don't think is going to happen. They play Denver this week and then the Raiders next week. The only way they lose against the Raiders, actually, no, they wouldn't rest people against the Raiders. They want the first round bye. So
yeah, everyone has to play for something this week.
Yeah, so the Chiefs aren't going to rest anybody. The Bengals are on a 7th game winning streak. They have not lost since Halloween, since the Browns beat them on Halloween. Mm-hmm. And the Bills are on a 6th game winning streak. They haven't lost since that fucking woozy ass game against the Vikings in Week 10. Bills are 2nd in weighted DVOA, and weighted DVOA is how good you are right now. It takes out some of the games in like earlier in the season, so like the games Week 1 don't count in those statistics. So Bills are 2nd, Bengals are 4th. Burrow and Allen are both playing at MVP levels right now. They're going off. I expect it to be a higher scoring game in the 20s, pushing to the 30s. Lyle Collins, the Bengals right tackle, suffered a torn ACL last week, so I'm a little nervous about that. Even without Von Miller, the Bills can still get to the quarterback. And Buffalo's been running the ball. Like, they've had over 150 yards rushing in the past 2 games, and the Bengals are 20-3 against the spread in the past 23 games. So I just think that has to end at some point. The Bills also have the best red zone defense, number 1 in the NFL according to DVOA. So I think that ends up being the difference, and the Bengals lose the game. But it's going to be a nail biter. It's going to be close. But I think the Bills pulled out. And I think it's honestly good for the Bengals to lose again before the playoffs, and then they can be refocused for the game next week against Baltimore, which will be for the division.
Man, I'm taking the Bengals, man. They're too hot.
Bills are hot too, man. Six game winning streak.
I know, but sometimes it feels like they're gonna give it away. Like Josh will throw like 2 picks. You can't throw 2 picks and beat the Bengals.
Hey, the Bengals last week, if they didn't go up 22-0 in the first half, they would not have won that game against the Patriots because they did not do a goddamn thing in the second half, and Burrow threw 2 picks too.
Yeah,
he'll throw that bitch. He'll throw that bitch at their team too.
He will, and the Patriots
then 2 weeks ago against the Bucks were up 17-0. And then Burrow just absolutely started going crazy. It's the same thing I said about TCU in the college football portion of the podcast. Some of this like good shit, this good fortune, It's going to not go your way eventually. And I think that's
right.
going to happen to the Bengals on Monday.
You're right. It's just, but so far it's going for them. Like, I just can't pick a game. And they're at home. Monday Night Football on the new year.
They're going to be rowdy. But
aren't you going to that game?
I will be there. I'm going to have I'm probably going to have a Bills ticket. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have a Bills bet maybe. And I might change my mind before the game. Who knows? But I think the Bills are going to do it. The Bills, I think they really want the home field advantage, even though it really doesn't matter. All the top teams in the AFC play in cold weather, but Buffalo's cold weather is a lot different than Kansas City and Cincinnati. And the Bills have been running the ball lately. Other than Josh Allen, Singletary and James Cook have been going off. Still got to worry about Stephon Diggs. Still got to worry about Gabe Davis. The defense and get sacks. The Bengals are dealing with losing a starter on the offensive line. So I don't know how that's going to fuck up the game. Like, I think the Bills are in a good spot here.
Cedric, Byron, who you guys have winning this game? Bills, Bengals.
I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills because I like Josh Allen. And with the La'el Collins being out, I know the Bengals offensive line were having troubles protecting Joe Burrow earlier this season. He was getting sacked a lot, so I think without La'el Collins, they may slip into, how do we protect Joe Burrow without a star on the offensive line? So I think that bodes well for the Buffalo Bills, unfortunately.
Cedric?
Man. I'm going to pick the Bengals. See what happens. I mean, honestly, a lot of it's going to come down to the protection of Joe Burrow. I think the Bills are in a really good groove right now. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it's going to come down to defense too. But I'm hoping the Bengals can at least pull it out.
And also, do remember for the people out there, this is the first weekend, if you're listening in Ohio, that you can bet on all of these games legally.
That is true.
Sports betting will be legal January 1st in the state of Ohio and probably wherever else you're listening if it's not already legal. Justin, I know in the preview, before we go into this playoff, because it is going to be the playoffs, the Bills need to win the Super Bowl this year. They need to. But I'm also looking at the Bengals. They might need to win it too this year too, because I'm not seeing in the future Higgins and Boyd. They're going to get big money somewhere else, and this team's not going to be together that much longer.
No, the Bills coming up for Joe Burrow. He's probably getting his money first.
Mm-hmm. Then Jamar,
Chase, and Higgins are on rookie deals. They're going to keep Chase. T. Higgins probably won't be there anymore.
And you have said that receiving wise, he's better than Jamar. You have said that.
I have said that, but over the course of the season, I had to switch that up because when he was out, T. Higgins wasn't doing as well. So I think Jamar Chase being a gravitational force kind of helps T. Higgins out.
It's the only team that had 3,000-yard receivers.
Yeah.
They're almost like Ohio State.
Yeah, that receiving core is tough. But yeah, they definitely need to win. They definitely need to win before get to another Super Bowl for that Joe Burrow contract gets signed, because he's either getting signed next year or the year after.
I think if you're an owner, you got to be proactive. You got to do it now because someone else is.
This is Mike Brown we're talking about. This is the cheapest man. This is the cheapest man in the NFL.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to get it over with because this is the same problem that happened to your Cowboys when they didn't just sign Dak the same time Carson Wentz did, because you would have just had to pay him 32 instead of this exponential amount that you have to pay him. You got to do it early and get it over with. It's not like he's not.
Yeah, Joe Burrow's getting a new contract next year. Yeah, Joe Burrow's getting a new contract next year. He's getting a new contract, and the team. So their window's open this year, next year. So next year is really the year where they got to make some shit happen.
Because I'm going to be watching this very carefully because obviously all the owners hate the Browns because it's going to be the first quarterback deals post the Deshaun deal. So I'm going to be very interested to see how these deals go from now on.
Yeah, I think that Watson contract's an anomaly. I don't think any of these guys are about to get the whole contract.
But they're going to ask.
They're definitely going to ask. Then yeah, we're going to see what happens. Some of them might hold out. Some of them might,
because that's what Lamar's
not show
doing.
up.
Like Lamar, look, man, this agent. I'm just going to be frank. So not suitable for. These agents are going in here. We're like, we had a dude who was accused of sexual assault for 22 women come off the streets and street clothes and get $232 million. But my quarterback has been a role model, been playing in games, and you're not going to give him $230? Come on, man. That's going to be the argument for everybody.
The owners are about to collude on that. I'm telling you, that Deshaun shit is an anomaly, and the league hates Cleveland for it. They hate the Hasbros for it.
They do. And that has been documented. They didn't, like we talked about on the podcast. Obviously, we care. The NFL didn't care about Deshaun stuff. They cared about how he messed up the contracts.
Yeah. Nothing to do with him being a general horny bastard. And weirdo.
Man, Justin, I wish we had a big board for you right now because this playoff situation, there's a lot of teams who could still get in on both sides.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that can happen. Start with the AFC. Mm-hmm. Buffalo Bills are currently in the first seed. They'll clinch the number one seed if they win, and if KC loses this week. KC has already clinched their the division. They play fucking Denver this week. They're 13.5 point favorite. The Bengals can clinch this week. They're third. They can clinch the AFC North with a win and a Ravens loss. We still don't know the stats of Lamar Jackson. The fourth seed in the AFC. One of my teams, one of my darlings. The Jacksonville Jaguars. They came back. They made this a thing.
They did.
They're in the driver's seat to win the AFC South. They're at Houston this week, who just beat the reeling Tennessee Titans. They're on, I think it's 5 straight losses. Yeah, they're bad right now. They just beat the Jets Thursday Night Football last week. Zach Wilson lost his job. He will not start again in the league.
You think
in
so?
the league or just the season?
Yeah, he's done. He's done. Done. Josh Rosen done.
Yeah.
Damn. He can't be like
done.
Baker?
No. Baker has a lot more going on for him than Zach Wilson does.
Oh.
Damn. He said Josh
Rosen done. Wow.
Yeah.
Done. It's over for him. Ravens, 5th seed, Sunday Night Football against the Steelers this week. Then next week for the division, if they can win this game. Chargers clinched on Monday, and they play the Rams this week, and then Denver will close it out. And then our 7th seed, the reeling Miami Dolphins, can get into the playoffs this week with a win against the Jets. We don't know if Tua's playing in this game.
Do we know if Mike White's playing?
Yeah.
Mike White.
Yeah.
Mike White has been cleared, yes.
Okay.
Mike White has been cleared. I do know that. And they play the Pats this week and then the Jets next week. New England, they have looked very bad, but they're still in this damn thing. They're the 8th seed.
They
play the Dolphins this week and they're at the Bills next week. The Jets are still in it with Mikey White back. They are at Seattle, then at Miami. Tennessee Titans are still in this damn thing. They play us this week on Thursday Night Football. That game don't matter. They're thinking about Jacksonville next week for the division. And then the last team that can still make the playoffs. The Raiders technically still can, but they won't. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Justin, does Tomlin do it every year?
Mike Tomlin, boy!
Every year!
Oh my God, this man. I gotta shout out my nigga JD, man. He's one of my friends from college. He told me if Mike Tomlin can somehow get this team into the playoffs, he's a top 5 coach of all time. You know what?
I was on after that last year because they got in last year and that was impossible.
Yeah, like the Steelers are still in this bitch. They are still in this bitch. They can beat the Ravens and beat the Browns, and then everyone in front of them fucks up, and there's going to be some team shit. They're relying on the Dolphins, the Patriots, and the Jets to fuck up,
and the Titans.
And you know what? I really like their shot. Nah, the Titans are the only win the division. They don't got.
Yeah, it's either win the division or they're out. It's one of them situations.
But yeah, the Steelers are in a. You know,
I just want him to get to what are they right now?
7-8.
They're 7 and they're 7 and 8. If they win the next 2 games, he'll be
I just want him to have a winning record again.
Man, but
and I don't even like the Steelers. I like Mike Tomlin though.
Me too. I hate oh god, they're one of the teams I hate the most. But Mike Tomlin's my fucking nigga, man. But yeah, if they win these 2 games, if they win these next 2 games, I think they might get in because
that would be unheard of.
Because Miami, they play the Patriots this week and then the Jets next week. So one of those teams are going to lose. One of those teams are going to lose. The Patriots play the Dolphins and the Bills. They can lose both of those games. And the Jets play the Seahawks who are next week who are this week who are still fighting for their playoff lives. So I like the Steelers' chance.
The only reason I'm really thinking about it because unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, but in the NFC, a team who needed everyone to lose and they won all happened last week, and that was Green Bay.
Yeah.
So anything is possible in this damn league.
Yeah, I think the Steelers are looking pretty right now, and if Lamar doesn't play against the Steelers on Sunday Night Football, like the Steelers got a shot.
They should not be 7 and 8, man. Their team is not like this is ridiculous.
They're not good. I mean, but Kenny Pickett's better than Mr. Trubisky. Najee Harris has been getting going a little bit. Deontay Johnson's been going off. Like, I love him. The defense got TJ Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick. Like, they got defense. They've been running the ball better.
If TJ didn't get hurt, if he didn't get hurt earlier this year, this would be a whole different story.
Yeah, and if they probably would have started not Mitch Trubisky, Kenny Pickett sooner, maybe.
I don't know what's crazier though, because if you go in the NFC, I know they're not getting in, but they still have a shot. No disrespect. The Saints are technically still alive. Baby.
Let's do the NFC because the Panthers are 11th and the Saints are 12th. The Bucks are the 4th seed, and if they beat the Panthers this week, it's over. So
it's over. Yeah,
so hopefully the Bucks just win that game, so I don't gotta fucking worry about the NFC South anymore. I'm just gonna say it right now. These niggas just need to clinch it up, so I don't have to think about the NFC South. And we're all good. The Panthers.
They play it. Yeah, it's must win for both.
Mm-hmm.
And because we play them the week after.
The Cowboys are locked.
So
okay.
The Bucks lose. We have a shot.
Well, y'all.
I ain't talking shit yet. What do you mean? I say just dub. Honestly, I'm just chilling. It is what it is.
But go ahead, Justin. Go ahead.
So we got the 11th and 12th seed in the NFC out the way. Mm-hmm. We'll get the Cowboys out the way. They're locked in that 5th seed. They play Tennessee this week and then at Washington next week. So they're locked in. They're not moving up or down. The Eagles are the number 1 seed. They just need to get a win in these next 2 games and they clinch the number 1 seed. Got New Orleans this week and the Giants next week. Sorry, Byron. I don't think the Saints can beat the Eagles.
Stranger shit has happened. That's all I'm saying.
You gotta give the ball to Taysom Hill.
You're not wrong. Crazier shit has happened, but we'll see. I'm not picking it though. The Vikings are 12-3, luckiest team in the NFL, but they're number 1 teams that I like. They're just snagging their team. I fuck with them. My nigga Kirky.
They will be out.
They're at green.
They will be out in the first round this year. First round,
probably.
And made it.
And
exactly.
He got
they
there.
Made it.
12. Put some respect on my nigga Kirk. If it's 2 minutes left and he's down by 3, it's 1 o'clock. He's winning the game.
Not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs.
If it's a 1 o'clock game, anything's possible.
He's winning the game. If there's no one watching this man, when no one is watching Kirk Cousins, that nigga's like Hall of Fame. When no one is watching that man,
no one is watching him. He is a Hall of Famer. Oh Lord.
Well, unfortunately, everyone watches the playoffs, so his ass will be going home. But continue.
Number 3 in the NFC And probably the best team in the NFC. The San Francisco 49ers. They're 11-4. They
Best
already
team in the
clinched
NFL.
They already clinched the NFC West, and they got the Raiders and the Cardinals to close it out. So they're probably going to end up being 13-4 and locked into that 3 seed. Tampa Bay, we already talked about them. They just got to win this game against the Panthers, and they're in. Already talked about the Cowboys. The New York Giants.
I told you they'd be around in the end. I told you. You were like, oh, no, they're going to be out when they were fine. I was like, they're going to be in it till the end.
They still suck. They still suck. They still suck.
Come on, man.
That's crazy. They
still suck.
Them boys, they should not have 8 wins this year, and you fucking know it. Their coach should win Coach of the Year. They are in the playoffs right now. This shit starts.
And if it starts, and the playoffs start today, they'll play the 49ers and get their ass bounced in that first round.
Okay, anyone who's a 6th seed is getting bounced, so it doesn't matter. That part doesn't matter. Who are the Vikings?
I don't know. The Chargers are the Chargers are the Chargers are a 6th seed, and I think they can beat someone in the playoffs.
Well, that's different. They're in the AFC. If they would play the 49ers, they get their ass whooped too. I'm saying if it's anyone against the 49ers, they're getting.
Oh, okay. I thought you just said 6th seed in general.
No, I said anyone.
I thought you just said any 6th seed in general. I'm like,
any
what?
6th seed who's playing the 49ers is getting smoked.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. No disagreement for me. And then 7th is what? Oh yeah, and they can the Giants clinch if they win against Indy this week. Which, God, if they lose against Indy,
who's Washington starting? I've heard there's been some talk. Is it Heineke or they're starting Wentz?
I think they might go with Wentz. They're the 7th. They're the 7th seed, and Washington plays Cleveland this week, and they can clinch if they win against Cleveland, and they would need Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay to lose if they want to clinch week 17.
We're in week 17 and the whole NFC East is still in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Week 17.
And then right behind them is Seattle. They play the Jets this week and the Rams next week. Detroit is 9th. They play the Bears and they're at Green Bay. And then that team that had everything bounce their way this weekend, the Green Bay Packers, who play Minnesota this week and Detroit next week, all at home.
I told you, man, besides the Cardinals and Falcons matchup, every other team is playing for something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they are. And I think if I had to make a pick, I think I like Green Bay against the playoffs over Washington.
Oh, not again. Not again. This is ridiculous.
I think Green Bay's going to get in. I think they're going to beat Minnesota this week. I think they're going to beat the Lions next week.
That's tough because the Lions, you never knew, because they were literally on a 7-game win streak. Then they lose. They get shellacked when you're not supposed to. Like, I don't know. This is tough, man. These 2 weeks are going to be exciting.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be up for grabs, and that last NFC playoff spot's going to be up for grabs in week 18 because I don't think Seattle, Detroit, and Green Bay are all going to lose this week, and Washington wins. I just don't think that's going to happen.
I agree.
So we're going to have to see what happens, and then we might have to tweet out the scenarios for week 18 to see who's going to take up that last spot.
What time's Minnesota Green Bay game?
I think that might be a prime time game, honestly.
Oh boy.
I mean, by prime time, I mean whatchamacallit, 425. I think it's a 425 game though.
On Fox?
On CBS, 425, Packers Vikings.
Vikings are gonna get cooked. Oh my god.
Romo and Nance on the call.
Oh my god. We're gonna really have to sit here and be like, Green Bay's back in it again.
Yeah. That's a 425 game.
Okay.
That's the game of the week this week. Not the Monday night game, but the Sunday game of the week. Yeah. Okay. Even though I'm going to be, as a Bengals supporter, that Sunday night game is going to be super important for the Bengals with the Ravens Steelers. God, if the Steelers win, oh my God. Oh. If the Steelers win, the Bengals win the division. And we might have another NFC East situation with the whole The whole
Yeah, no.
it wouldn't be the whole AFC North. The Browns.
All three of them got in. Three of them got in last year.
It might be the same. It might be the same thing again this year. 3 AFC North teams. Then
that's crazy.
It's always the tough divisions. One of
It
the
is.
divisions in football.
Don't make no damn sense. The Steelers should not be here, but all these Green Bay shouldn't be in here either because they are. I can't even say they're ass anymore. They're decent, but they were ass.
They got hot. They've been good. They've been good this past month. They have.
Yeah, it all happened because when they beat y'all, when they beat those damn Cowboys, that's when everything changed.
That was Kristen Watson's coming out party, right? That was the first game he started going off. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a matter of time, unfortunately.
Ridiculous.
But I was right about the Bucks at the beginning of the year. That's one of the only well, I was right about Minnesota too. But I was right about the Bucks being trash.
They are
still going to get in.
They're still going to get it because the division is boo.
Actually, the Saints were the one I was most wrong about.
You and me both, Justin. You and me both.
Byron, your team fucked me. Made me look like a goddamn idiot.
I told someone they should pick the Saints in their parlay, and now they're about to lose money because of me.
Oh no! You cost
Byron, you can't just be giving niggas random
advice. I was like, yeah, I think they'll be a playoff team. Because I did. I was confident. We had the star power. It just didn't play out in the season.
I'm dead. God. This is fancy. I told him to pick him in the parlay. Yeah, I did.
It's okay. Y'all about to sign Derek Carr in the offseason if Indiana.
I will take Derek Carr over.
No, the Saints. Byron, this is what y'all need to do. Y'all need to start Dalton again next year. Just be terrible again next year. Let the cap clear up. Draft Caleb Williams in 2024.
I don't know if I could do another year with Justin.
Got your quarterback.
Bro,
let's start building.
Need to clear some house. Like Michael Thomas got to go. I'm sorry, you got to go.
Well, Michael Thomas needs to play.
He played like what, 2?
3.
He's like played 3 in like past 2 years, something crazy. Like, there's a lot they need to do, but Justin, it's the end. Bro, people are gonna lose their jobs if they do that way.
They have to get money and younger. So they're in perfect spot to not be good next year. And
they can go get
they have no picks. Like there's really no point in trying to like salvage this like bad situation by trying to keep winning games. Like at this point, they need to rebuild it. I ain't gonna say tank. We don't like tanking on the L7C. We fucking hate that word. We ain't tanking.
Says
we're fucking rebuilding. We're rebuilding. We're reshuffling. We're rebranding. Actually, they're rebranding. The Saints need to rebrand.
A colorful way to say
rebrand that team and get younger.
I agree that we do need to get younger. We do have a lot of old players. I've said this before. I've even said it on Twitter. We need to fire DA.
Yeah, we know. Dennis Hires need to go. We know. Byron, you're the most positive person out of the 4 of us, but you're the one who asked for people.
He really does, though. You be firing niggas left and right. Like, god damn.
I do.
We've done this podcast for 2 years, and 2 years you've asked for people's jobs.
Maybe next year will be different.
It won't.
It won't.
You'll just find like one of your other teams like, all right, well now this person needs to go.
We need to fire him. Justin, you don't think Zach Wilson will get a second chance there?
Martin, you stop. He already told you.
I'm trying to help the young man out. Justin said he's getting.
Man, you say that may be out here fucking people's wives and moms. Like he can't come back.
Whoa! I'm only talking football. I ain't talking personal.
Zach Wilson will help the rebrand because he's shittier than the quarterbacks you have on the roster. So if you start him all next year, then my plan of getting younger and getting a top 5 pick will even be better. So yeah, pick up Zach Wilson. Be shitty. You need to suck again next year. Like you need to rebrand. You need to get a top 5 pick. Y'all have no fucking first round picks next year. You have no money. You have no cap space. Like
is Caleb gonna
bad situation?
In all seriousness, is Caleb gonna? Well, I'm just thinking now because I know how McShane them all do it. Is Caleb gonna be the number 1 pick, or are they gonna try and talk people that's gonna be Quinn Ewers?
Well,
I'm being dead ass.
If both come out,
because remember what they did to Justin Fields. Like, hey, They said Zach Wilson so much better than Justin Fields.
If Caleb Williams stays on
He'll be
his
number
current
one,
trajectory, then he'll be the number one pick.
Okay. I know how these scouts.
They really
do,
do
man.
be coming out of random saying these person's going to be good, and they don't.
And I know hindsight's 2020, but like, God damn it, what made us think that's Zach Wilson?
I didn't think that.
Who is we?
I'm talking about the media as a in general. We the media, damn it! Like we as a collective media.
Oh, there's some people part of this group that would disagree
as a collective
with you.
media and the fucking New York Jets. Why do they think that he's not bigger than Justin Fields? He doesn't throw a better ball than Justin Fields. Doesn't run better than Justin Fields. Like it doesn't make any sense.
Well, Justin, when you have free time, you should probably go back and listen to our draft preview of that year because we had a discussion about that. Because I was hot. I was hot.
I know you were. I know I didn't say Zach Wilson over Justin Fields. No, I didn't say.
I just don't understand how
you did.
I don't understand how someone who Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence were compared to each other since they were like 5. And Trevor was always beating Justin in everything. But then the 1 year, Justin Fields has one of top 3 best quarterback games of my life as a Buckeye fan, throwing 6 TDs on Dabo's head, and his draft stock goes down. That makes no sense. And now, on First Take, literally on First Take 2 days ago, they're like, remember New York Jets? You guys drafted Zach Wilson over Justin Fields. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? All you people a year ago were like, yeah, Zach Wilson's it. Fucking con artists, bitches, man. I swear. Oh my God.
Con artists? They don't get anything out of that.
I don't care.
Those niggas just be talking.
McShay will have to see me.
Todd McShay,
because he was talking that he was running that yapper. And then you brought up Josh Rosen. They were running that yapper for him too. Sam Darnold running that yapper. Oh my God.
It's just that I know like the NFL, like scouts and shit, they look for like they'll look for traits over like performance. Like Will Levis, for example, this year. Like he's gonna be a top 10 pick, not for like how he played at Kentucky, because this year was fucking terrible.
He was ass water too.
But because he's 6'3", fucking 230, and is a goddamn house and can make all the throws. Like,
oh yeah, Justin, and then they're saying he's the next Josh Allen, which y'all were the same fucking scouts who thought Josh Allen would be out in 2 years.
Oh, come on now. Like Josh Allen couldn't he didn't complete 50% of his passes in college.
I know.
It was okay.
But now they're all saying like, Will Levis is going to be the next Josh Allen, but y'all didn't believe in Josh Allen until he got the right coach and the right staff and he put in the work. I just love it. And like, you're not going to guarantee that this Levis kid's going to do the same work that Josh Allen did or be in the same situation just because he's some big white dude like Josh. You don't know if he has the same heart as him.
From like everything that I have like read and like heard coming out of Kentucky, they said this dude Will Levis like lives in the weight room and shit. Like they had to like drag him out of there. Like this nigga lifting too much that is fucking up his accuracy type shit.
That's good, because when he gets smacked by TJ Watt in negative 20 degree weather, you're gonna need it.
I'm gonna say it sounds like you just don't like draft coverage at all. Like,
I don't.
I don't know how the fuck we're supposed to do it then.
No, I do it because now we're the media. So I
do have to say it like that. We're the media.
They piss me off. Now I will say unequivocally, Bryce Young will be the number 1 pick this year. That is no question.
See the fucking scouts and shit that. He's too small. He's tiny. Like he's a little nigga.
I know I just called this man a little nigga. Like, come on, bruh.
He is like they say this nigga is under 200 pounds and like he's like 5'10". We want another Tua situation.
I mean, Kyler Murray.
Nigga getting thrown around fucking Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, he's small. He was a Heisman winner. He got the draft. But Bryce Young, he ain't playing Call of Duty every 2 hours.
That's true. I mean, I think Bryce Young's gonna be good. I think he's gonna get in the NFL and pull on some weight. Like he's just too accurate, too and has too good a pocket presence to be total ass. Like he's just too good. Like he's just too good at playing quarterback to suck. Like I personally don't care about the size, but like that's what the scouts are going to say. That's what the team. That's what the NFL GMs are going to say. It's scared. The size is scaring them.
It's okay because this one's coming from Saban. Mac Jones should have been it.
Tua came from Saban?
He did, and he was a top 5 pick. Mac Jones came from Saban. He was a top.
He was not a top 5 pick.
He's going to be in the top 3. He's going to be in the top 3. It's going to be
Absolutely.
Bryce Young. Is probably going to be his teammate right after.
Oh,
Will.
Yeah,
Will Anderson.
Yeah, and then I don't know. I don't know what some other teams. I want to know what Philadelphia is going to do since they have y'all's pick.
What do they need, Cedric?
Honestly, I'm down for some more offensive linemen. I love Jason Kelsey, but will be a time when he has to go. So let's beef up, see what we can do with that.
Who's what's the dude from OSU supposed to be a top 5 pick? He's a tackle.
Well,
what's his name?
We'll see if he's top 5 after this weekend.
even if he gets cooked, he's still probably going to be a top 5 pick.
I'm trying. Are you talking about Paris?
If you get cooked by someone, you're supposed to be good. Paris Johnson. Yeah.
Paris Johnson. Yeah,
he is good. He might, Justin, man, more tape out there. He might go from top 5 to like top 7, which is bad.
And the further you drop, typically the better the team is. So that's not a bad thing.
That's true. All right, last thing, because this is very, very entertaining. Winners and losers of the NFL week. Justin, you have your 2.
Oh yeah, I do. My winner is the Jacksonville Jaguars. They just been on a tear these past couple weeks. They've been winning games. Tennessee's been losing games, and they can win. And they're in the win and get in situation. We're probably gonna have Titans, Jaguars Sunday Night Football week 18, and it's gonna be a big old party. And at Jacksonville, I will Duval. And then my loser is the Miami Dolphins. 4 straight losses, 2 concussed, fighting for their playoff lives. It's just bad in South Florida.
Those are good picks. Go big. Byron, you have a winner and loser that can be
loser. The Broncos, because they
no, don't say the Broncos. Say the whole state of Denver. The whole state. No, the whole state. The whole
It's a city. It's a city, dog. It's a city.
I'm taking the state where they're in.
Colorado.
The state of Colorado.
All them gotta go. All them gotta go. Everyone.
Whoa. We can't say the whole state of Colorado. They got Prime. They got Coach Prime.
That's true.
Yeah, Coach Prime out there.
We can make an isolated island for him. The only thing Colorado has right now is Coach Prime and weed. That's all they got. They are ass.
Well, all right. I can't let you slender the city of Denver. The Broncos suck, but they still got Jokic out here now. Like Jokic is amazing. By the way,
Jokic might win 3 straight MVPs. That's a whole other conversation for an NBA pod. But I'm so off with Denver.
Yes, the Denver Broncos, because they lost 51-3 to the Rams. And then Nathaniel Hackett got fired today. Right.
The season was over.
Or yesterday, one of the days he got fired. So Denver Broncos is my loser for the week. Winner? I want to be biased instead of Saints because I don't think they will win 6 games. But
bro, I was at that game. Y'all niggas are fortunate.
We are. I know.
Yeah, you can't pick the Saints.
A winner. I'm gonna say the Chargers because they clinched a playoff spot on yesterday.
All right, those are good picks.
Man, my loser, we already talked about him, Zach Wilson.
That's a good
you gone, boss man. Justin said you ain't never coming back. But hey, it's okay.
Benito, he's done.
I'm picking individuals. Honestly, I'm gonna say my winner because this man came back. Granted, that defense did a hell of a lot of work, and Denver fucking sucks. But Baker fucking Mayfield, man.
Yeah.
It's a good one too.
My God. When I tell you, I watched that game, and I literally was just like, "See, this is." It's as close to like a fucking superhero ending he's gonna fucking get because this nigga isn't winning a Super Bowl. I don't give a fuck. But the fact that like everyone in this whole damn city that I live in really fucking shat on this man when he left, and they thought grass was gonna be so green, and then they see this nigga lighting it up. He was going for team. Team's like, yeah, man, we made the right choice. Baker sucks. And now he's lighting it up with the Rams. I'm just looking at them like, Baker sucks though, right? It's good.
That's a good pick.
It's good revenge.
You're going to get another contract from someone.
And let's talk. I mean, I think he's going to get a good backup position over there. Because let's talk about he's winning these games without Cooper Kupp.
Him and Cam.
Yeah.
It's a bad. I mean, and Justin, you said it too off air. Like, if you had a competent person telling Baker what to do, what could happen?
Yeah,
because Stefanski might be out. He might be out this year.
I mean, if I'm Baker Mayfield, I'll back up Stafford. I mean, Stafford's been getting his ass beat. I don't know how much longer he's gonna do this shit. And then he can slide into that Rams starting QB position with McVay telling him what to do. Watch out. So, Jimmy G has made a career off having a great coach.
Yeah, that's all you need. So I want to pick a loser that has me picked because I was really about to go to town.
You can pick Russell Wilson.
I was. It was going to be everybody.
Russell Wilson is a permanent loser all year. He's the biggest loser of 2022. All right.
Yeah.
Well, now
he is more bathrooms in his house than touchdown passes.
So bad.
And I was going to pick my team that I picked every year, the Raiders, but nah. This team is ass water embarrassing. The Colts suck. They are ass. Justin, you talked about the Saints trying to get younger. The Colts are the ones who need to do that. They have been getting these old ass quarterbacks since Andrew Luck retired, and they've been terrible.
And they've been too good to fucking get a good pick either. Like they're just perfectly mediocre. So they always got a fucking pick. They always are around like fucking 12 or like 18, like picking like. Yeah, they need a rebrand too.
Yep,
they need a rebrand bad.
20-3. Nick Foles, shout out to him. It was his first time playing all year for them, and then he threw 3 picks. Wasn't warmed up. It's okay. But this is more for the last week because we weren't on when they left that 30-point loot. They were up by 30 and lost the biggest comeback in NFL history.
Terrible.
So I because they're still losing from that. They shouldn't be allowed on their local television network.
Wow.
Jeff Saturday.
Nope. Give them Bengals games. Give them Bengals games at this point.
Jeff Saturday, take that ass back to ESPN because now you should not coach in the NFL ever again. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Your team's ass water. Matt Ryan, retire. Nick Foles, retire. You have a statue. You really can do whatever the hell you want. Sam Ellinger, your ass. You're not it. So they need to draft a quarterback. So y'all need to try and get CJ Stroud because y'all suck.
I'm fucking dead. This man said take him off the local network and then went to every.
No, they should not be on their local radio station.
Oh, Lord.
They suck. They are terrible.
They have the fifth. They're the 5th pick right now currently.
They got to take seat. They're probably going to get Will Levis because they're going to be like, you remind us of Andrew Luck. Okay. But
they need someone, man.
They need someone. I agree. They need to draft a quarterback. Like that is.
Didn't they just draft Sam Ellinger this year?
He's trash, Byron. He's green water trash.
I mean, use like an actual like good draft capital on like drafting. What was it, like a 5th round pick or some shit? Like not like get a guy, like get someone who you think could be a guy.
Because they keep avoiding this, and I'm sorry, they're not going to draft. So they're going to trade their pick and they're going to go get fucking Derek Carr. No disrespect to Derek Carr, but it's just what the Colts do. They try and get these people and plug them in, just like Denver, which they need to get a guy too. So who we've talked about him a little bit. Shout out to Mike Tomlin. But yeah, I'm gonna have Mike Tomlin as my winner because if he can get this team a winning record, that's another winning season, which is ridiculous because this Steelers team is not that great. But shout out to my man Mike Tomlin for the culture. I was gonna say, that team Kansas City who just no one watches and they're just win games. So
they're not allowed to be a winner.
The Rams really put a 50 piece on Christmas. A 50. And the Cardinals, y'all are trash. Cliff Kingsbury, take your ass. You can't even come to college because you wouldn't even know what to do with NIL. Take your ass back to high school football.
God.
Your ass. Tyler
man.
Murray, I wouldn't have given you the money. I'm already on record saying that. But your ass, you're hurt, so I'm not going to say your ass. But your team is trash. And y'all were in the
You gotta be a little nicer. The Cardinals, they're starting a third string. Come on now.
They suck. Bad.
They do.
Martin, their starting quarterback is cool.
Come on now.
I don't care.
Trace McSorley played on Sunday night.
Shout out to Trey McSorley.
Come on, dog. Like, they'll be hitting them like this, man.
No, the Cardinals were done as soon as they had to put a Madden clause in an adult's contract. They were done. Call of Duty, thank you. Madden actually probably would have been better. You could have lied and said it was film. All right, I'm done. Byron, end this podcast before I keep going off on people. I'm looking at some of these teams. I'm getting mad again.
Thank you for listening to this college football, NFL football super pod. Definitely watch this Buckeye Georgia game this weekend and go Bucks.
Man, someone give Martin a hug. This nigga upset.
See, this is actually a good thing. His full name is Stenson Fleming Bennett the Fourth. He is
other ones.
His major is learning design.
That's the most broadest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, I love it. Like, that's the broadest thing I've ever heard in my life. No idea what that even means.
I think that's a lie because that nigga's major is accounting.
He'll be a good accountant, man. He's gonna start his own firm.
He's an accountant. I don't know where you got that from, but it ain't right. He's an accountant.
From the Georgia,
he's an accounting major.
From the Georgia website of their roster?
They're lying. They're lying. He's a good finance major.
So his parents aren't Stenson and Denise Bennett, both Georgia graduates. Buddy Bennett played quarterback.
I don't know his dad played quarterback. His grandpa played quarterback.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. All right, well, Byron closed the podcast.
Learning
Great job.
design.
This is the L7C podcast. Signing out. Go Bucks. Don't get embarrassed because we don't want Mitchell back on a football thing telling us to do this stuff. All right. Happy New Year, everyone. Take care.
How about those Cowboys?
Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.